Right, okay guys, so this video is going to be another pickups video, but also I said last week about doing a video on some of the consoles I'd been testing, and I thought I'd add that on the end of this. So basically this will be the normal video, then it will lead into that. Also, I'm going to be probably slowing down on my pickups when it comes to my gaming stuff, because something came to light recently that made me realise that maybe I need to refocus the collection. Yeah, I'll be honest, I mean, Japanese Sega Saturn is definitely something I want to focus on, for several reasons. The games are brilliant for starters, and the other reason, they don't take up so much room. And also maybe putting a bit more focus on Mega Drive and basically cart-based games. Christ, I can't speak today. Yeah, I think I want to start putting a bit more focus onto that. I've got a lot of disc-based games, and recently I realised I had a lot of disc-based games that I completely forgot I had, that were taking up a massive amount of room. And so I thinned it out a bit. But like I said, I'm not going to go into that too much, because I want to do another video on that, because it made me realise something. And I like to do these videos where I'll bring up a question, give both sides of the argument, and then put it out to you guys and see what you think. So yeah, I'm going to leave that and do that as a separate video. Anyway, enough wafflage. Let's get into the pickups video. Right, so first off, like I said, refocusing on Mega Drive, Wrestle War. So I've been waiting for this one for a while, actually. In theory, this should have been here for the last pickups video. It is all there. The manual's ran the wrong way, because basically it's done that thing where the manual, you know, where it gets that little kink in it and it just keeps falling out. So I turned it around the other way so it stays in there. And obviously there's the cart. Very good condition when you consider how old it is. Now, I've been told by lots of people that Wrestle War's a terrible game. Yeah, I get that, but it was a game I always wanted as a kid, and I never managed to get it. I always wanted it, and I never understood why I didn't get it, because it was an easy game to find. It was everywhere. But yeah, I never actually got it. So I watched Martin's stream, and he focused it on Mega Drive on Monday Night Retro a couple of weeks back, and this game come up, and I thought, yeah, you know what, I really need to pull the trigger on that. And I was talking in the chat, and Sega Zombie and a couple of others said, you should get it, Lee. It's really cheap. Like, you can pick it up for probably just over a tenner. Well, I ended up getting it for $10.99 because I got an offer. It was more than that originally. So yeah, $10.99, which I think is a bargain, even if it is a bad game. You know, like, it's box complete, it's in very good condition. For $10.99, it's well worth it. However, what happened was the bloody postage firm lost it. So it took ages getting here, and it did actually get here only a couple of days ago. So yeah, that's Wrestle War. And then we got some charity shop finds. So these ones, there's got some cracking games here. I'm sure I was going to say, I'm sure there's one missing. So bear with me, because they're in their little cases, so it's going to take me a while to open them. But first one, £2, as you can see there. And that is Lord of the Rings on the Game Boy Advance. Now again, like I said before, refocusing cartridge-based games. And then we've got this one, which is an old NES classic, Bomberman. Is that focus in there? Yeah. So that one was, like I say, £4. Now, I will tell you why. There's a reason why I'm thinking of focusing more on cartridge-based. This is not focusing very well, is it? I'll just tell you what that one is. So that one's Namco Museum, and that one was £2 also. £5 this one, Turtles. Now that Turtles game, if it's the same one, I bought this on PS2 a few years ago. All come through perfect condition, and the disc never worked. Need to get a new disc for that. So when I saw it on cart for that, I was like, oh, I'll get that. Splinter Cell. And then Driver 2, which is interesting because I picked up Driver 2 on PS1 recently. So, reason why I'm talking about these like cartridge-based systems, like going for cartridges more, is because if I'm honest, like, we know that all these discs eventually are going to rot away, right? But cartridge, you're not going to get that. Then there's the fact that you've got the form factor. I mean, especially with Game Boy Advance and Game Boy Color, they all take up very little room, you know. I mean, even if you want to go down the DS route and the Switch, all of them take up very little room, which is why I want to try and focus on that more, because like I've said many times before, I live in a flat space as a premium. So there's that. Mega Drive, clearly because it was my first console, a lot of love for the Mega Drive. But the other reason is because, I'll be honest, I've got a PC and I do a lot of PC gaming now. And I've alluded to this before, and again, this might lead to another video too, because as you know, I've always been a physical collector, right? But I can also kind of see the side of digital as well. And this is where some controversy is going to come from. With a lot of these disc-based system games, a lot of them, if I'm honest, you can get them very cheap on Steam. And I have been doing that with some of them. So it's then like, well, do I need to really pick up these discs? Not really. And the reason I say that is because, you know, I can buy them online on Steam, keep them in my library there, and then just download them as I want to play them. Or I could just download them all to the PC. But either way, it's another way of playing it. You know, like I say, eventually these discs will rot. I'm not going to have that problem because they're digital. And it, you know, when you live in a flat and you haven't got a lot of room, it's a good way of making sure that you can have your collection without it taking up too much room. Does that make sense? Well, it does to me. It makes perfect sense to me. So, and I suppose that's all that matters, really, is that it makes sense to me. I'm the guy who's got to live with this, right? so yeah. So that's why I'm going to look at it and refocus. I mean, another thing like with Xbox, for example, you know, keep buying Xbox games. Is it worth keep buying them when I've got Game Pass? No, not really, because I can play them all on Game Pass for free. Again, digital service. So, yeah, this is why I'm starting to look at it and refocus a bit. Yeah, so that's that. But anyway, like I say, I'll probably do a separate video on that as well at some point. Anyway, picked up some nice bits yesterday. Left these till last. I think these were a bargain. I'll show you what I got. So first off, I went into a shop called Movie Shack. I go in there, here and there. And first thing I saw was this pin badge for £3. I had to buy it. It's Gremlins, right? Like, why would you not buy this when you see it? £3. I mean, it's a bargain, right? And I bought the missus one as well because she's a Stitch fan from Lilo and Stitch. And I saw one of them. I think it was of him crying. They had several different ones. So I grabbed it. I did nearly buy a third one because they had a DeLorean as well, which I thought was pretty smart, the old time machine. So, but yeah, £3. So that was a bargain. But then, and I've shown one of these previously before because I bought a Blade one of these. They still had all these in there from the previous time I went in. And you'll notice there's a bit of a pattern here. But these are the same price as the Blade one I got before, which was £3. So I grabbed the Thing. Again, I think I explained last time, these were part of an Eagle Moss collection. Eagle Moss obviously since then has gone down the pan. And I'm guessing that someone sold on their collection to them. So got the Thing. And then we got Beast. And that's the collection of stories there. Colossus. These are all great characters. And there's a collection of X-Men comics there. And then, of course, my man. Like, you know, if you bodybuilder, whatever, you can't not like the Hulk. And the Hulk has got to be probably one of my all-time favourites. And there's a collection of Hulk ones. This one's actually quite heavy and thicker than the others. Right now, you'll notice that the pattern here, other than the fact that they're all £3 and they came from the same place, is that if you notice, they're all powerhouses in their respective universes in Marvel. And this is the point. I quite often am attracted to these type of characters, and I suppose it's probably the ex-bodybuilder in me, you know. You always are drawn to the big, powerful characters, you know, and nothing's changed. I'm clearly still the same. So yeah, but £3 each. So I picked all four of them up for £12. I mean, tell me that that's not a bargain, you know. There's plenty of reading material here for me. So I've got to enjoy getting through these. Eventually, when me and Chef actually get off our asses and do another comic book stream, it will obviously we'll talk about them at that point. But yeah, so picked all them up as well. Now, like I said, there weren't a massive amount of pickups here, but this is now going to run into me testing out these consoles for the charity, you know, don't get me wrong, like, you know, it's nothing majorly well, but I just wanted you to just to have a look at what I occasionally get up to. I like to give back. I buy a lot of things from the charity, so I like to give something back and help them out where I can. A lot of these systems come in, they'll have cables missing, controllers missing, or maybe no hardware, software, should I say, to run these things. So all they can do is pack test them and, you know, and make sure they're safe, but they can't actually test them to see if they work. And so that's where I come in, you know. They get pack tested there, then they come to me, and then I can use the software I've got, the leads I've got, the controllers I've got, and to make sure that these things work. So, like I say, it's just my way of giving that little bit back, because I have some great finds in the charity shop, and it's my way of just doing my little part. So, yeah, I don't get the time to go in a charity shop and help out, but I can do this. You know, it's a, you know, half hour out of my day or whatever to check these things and then send them back, and the charity makes some money out of it. So, and occasionally, if it's nothing too major, it's a minor fix, sometimes I can fix it too. I tried not so long back with an NES, but unfortunately, no matter what I did with that, it didn't work. I bought a couple of bits for it to try and repair it. I even took out the cartridge reader, but unfortunately, it just never came to be. So, but you know, we've had some successes since. So anyway, enough wafflage. I'm going to sign off here, and then it will lead into that. So I hope you've enjoyed the video, guys. If you have, please like, share and subscribe. And until next time, take care, stay safe. Nerdy Geezer out. Right, so here's the stuff from the charity shop I got to test. What have we got in here? Right, we have got an Xbox Slim. Let's move that off. Right, we've got an Xbox 360 Connect. What model have we got? Is that another Slim? Yeah, another Slim by the looks of it. Then we've got a original Xbox 360. So 3 Xbox 360s, bloody hell. And then we've got this one, which is PS2 Fat. Yeah, so test these out, see if these work, and if they do, get them back to the charity so they can sell them on. Wow, 3 Xboxes. Oh dear, we've got a problem. Doesn't move any further than the Xbox 360 screen. Controller powers up perfectly fine, but drawer doesn't open, it sticks. And we've obviously got a flash in as well, so that's indicating there's a problem. It wants to open. I mean, this particular model did have a habit of getting a sticky CD tray after a while, and it would appear that this one's no different, so it doesn't look like we're going to be able to sort that one out. Right, okay, on to the next one. So we're not having a lot of luck with this one. I can't actually show you it running because people's details are still on this, and I can't actually factory reset them because for some reason it won't allow any controllers to connect to it. So I'm guessing there's a problem with the wireless adapter inside. Maybe they've dropped it or something, I don't know, but yeah, it won't connect. I was hoping I could find my cable for my 360 controller and plug it in wired and see if it would work that way, but at this point I can't. I'm going to have to probably come back to it later, but this is not good. So far 2 Xboxes in and neither of them work properly. Right, so something I've noticed here, guys, other than the fact that this is a little sun damaged, have a look at this. I actually don't think this has ever been out of the box, but this looks brand new. I mean, there's not a mark on this. This is clean. And then as you look inside, look at everything all packed neatly away, like it's never actually been out. There's all the cables. I almost don't want to mess with this, but I've got to test it. Then you've got your Connect system now, power brick there. And maybe they have, because this isn't sealed. Although, does anybody know if this is sealed when you get it? I'm guessing that the controllers are underneath here. Yeah, they must be. That'll be a giveaway, looking at the controllers. Let's see if I can get this home. Very hard to do with one hand at the moment. Come on, open up. Don't want to ruin the box because it's been kept in such good condition. Maybe I'll open that off camera and then we'll have a look. So, as suspected, this has never been used. It's completely empty. So yeah, this has been just sitting in a box. Brand new. So I'm not even going to bother testing the Kinect because it's obvious it'll work. It's never been used. So yeah. So you may notice I've switched back to this 360 Slim that I was checking before that I couldn't get the controller to connect to. And it would appear it was a controller issue, not the wireless adapter. Let's just turn that down a bit because that's really loud. And in fact, it was purely a battery problem. Because I've now managed to connect it, and as you can see, I've got a game running. So there's actually nothing wrong with this. It was purely down to the batteries, would you believe? The batteries were so low, it wouldn't actually connect. That's all it was. Put a fresh set in, it connected straight away. So we now have a working Xbox, so that's good. Alright, so good sign. We've got the PS2 plugged in, got a red light, so power it on. Yep, here we go, we've got a heartbeat. Alright, now let's stick a game in, see what happens. Alright, so that's a game in. Ooh, is it going to boot? Oh, here we go, we've got a logo. Oh, he's keeping me. Ah, that's good, right, so it's asking for a language. Hang on, let's sort that out. English. PAL. Yep, it's picking up the memory card, that's good. Yes, it works. Nice. Right, so we've got 3 consoles out of 4 that work, that's good.